Wow, Tesla did make it to Mars. Hear that? Or Martians are making it to Earth, one or the other. Oh wait, what am I doing? Wait, we're playing a game. Playing a space, an epic game of Star Wars and Star Trek proportions.
Has cleared the Mars gravity well.
This is Mars Control. You are authorized to proceed to test the drive. Good luck.
To infinity and beyond! They're going at warp speed. Uh-oh.
In the century since humanity discovered and unfortunately shared hyperdrive with other civilizations,
Maybe not the smartest.
There has been an unending race to explore, expand, and survive in an increasingly hostile galaxy.
Can't tell me this doesn't look the most epic game you've ever seen in maybe your entire life. Like Star Trek, Star Wars, Farscape, and Firefly, and maybe not all that epic, but it is pretty epic. It's a good game. Works in space. This is Warhammer. I tricked you. We're playing Warhammer.
To discover the subspace streams.
Ooh. They're trying to break some invisible force field or something. Oh, they're opening a portal. I forget you can do that in this game.
Distant sectors of the galaxy are instantly reachable. Now,
That really helps in this game.
the battle for the galaxy is on.
Galactic Civilizations 4. 5-1. Okay, so I think you guys like this, but I'm maybe a little bit trepidatious. A little bit of a timidity, because it was a pretty epic intro, but it's actually kind of a strategy game. So it's kind of a grand strategy game. So, you know, there's a lot of economic decisions, and maybe not the most like guns blazing, spaceship, flying spaceships kind of game. But it is epic. It is very cool. Okay. And it's a game that we can, if you guys like, we'll keep playing it. If you don't like it, we'll play something else. But just kind of let me know, maybe it's something that interests you, but you like something else I played more. This whole, I'm gonna kind of see how this, speaking of space aliens, we're gonna see how this whole, just playing evolves the series, and letting you guys decide its fate more. Let's go through and scroll through these different aliens. The Festron hunt. Of dozens of sentient species that evolved on the Festron homeworld, only the Festron remain. This was not an accident. The Festron view other species as little more than hosts for their eggs. Pretty hostile. The Navigators. A mysterious spacefaring race, the Navigators' true homeworld has long been lost to history until recently. They viewed worlds as little more than a meager platform from which to build ships, but now something has changed. Navigators cannot make trees with other factions. Good to know. What is this? This is ridiculous. The Maimut Brotherhood. The Maimuts evolved on a planet with 5 other species. Today they are the only sentient species on their world. Their high rate of reproduction is a mixed blessing as they face balancing act between their people's rapid population growth and the never-ending struggle of finding enough food for everyone. That may be something to consider if you play the Mimots. So we will always have a good supply of manpower, but we might run out of resources. The Zioxloxy are almost perfectly self-interested with no system of morality beyond the simple truth that an individual should seek their own maximum benefit. They find other civilization systems of laws hilariously quaint and misguided. Libertarians. No, I'm just joking. I, quite a few very cool libertarians. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not giving you guys my political affiliation, but it's like this is a joke. Okay. Arcean Republic. Arcean Empire are famous for their commitment to neutrality. What's the Futurama? The aliens from the neutral planet. They're completely neutral in everything they do. I think they're like the neutrons or something. And there's this episode where the neutral planet's gonna be destroyed, and the guy called the high command guy called a subordinate. He said, calls back to his home planet. Well, his ship is being destroyed. He's calling back to. I'm ruining this whole thing. The ship's being destroyed. The neutral guy, he calls back to the planet of his origin, and he says, "Call my wife." I said, "Hello," because he can't say anything passionate because they have to be completely neutral about everything, including love. It's kind of hilarious. Futurama, another good series. I love the character designs. It's just the right amount of realism with cartoony that I like. Farscape is my favorite sci-fi series, and this kind of reminds me of Farscape, the character designs. How do you say? I strive to rebuild the Empire, vowing never to be subjugated again. Let's see. The Drengen are profoundly evil and warlike civilization, exceedingly clever and vicious. There are few beings capable of beating a Drengen and not becoming its next meal. Cannibal aliens from outer space. They don't just take your cow and probe you; they also eat you alive. Yeah, they're kind of the nemesis, one of the original bad guys in the game. But I don't think they eat people. I think the Festrons. Well, the Festrons don't eat people. They just lay eggs on you and cause them to hatch. This game, half of it is just gonna be trying to pick our characters, getting it set up. It's like when you're a kid and you're playing with your friends, and you basically lay out all your toys. And you get to pick. You take turns picking who gets the coolest toys, and you're kind of like weighing the possibilities. Altarian Republic. Altarians are a deeply religious race, taken to acts of great benevolence in their interactions with others. This has, perhaps not coincidentally, given them a reputation for being self-righteous. They have the peaceful but maybe a little snotty, I don't know, whatever space religion that they believe in. They're divine empaths. So maybe peaceful to a fault. Let's see. Your singularity, the ancient race of us sentient artificial beings of the aura, have no need to recruit biological methods for reproduction and consumption, and can inhabit other worlds as races defined intolerable. So basically what AI is going to be. That's basically what your are. The Torian regime, once slaves of the Drengen Empire. The Drengen Empire. The Torians now strive to rebuild their once great civilization. Possessing a keen survivor's instinct, Torians are willing to work with the most undesirable forces and means securing their future. I feel like they have a benefit, and here you'll see their benefits of all these certain characters. So we'll pick what best fits our storyline, then we'll look and see if we like the benefits. But they're fertile, so they can have 2 additional workers. The population grows 25% faster. Unwavering. Hard to culture flip. There's a colony ship. Plague ship. And they can live in water environments. So there's some ocean worlds in this game. I mean, come on. Ocean worlds. come on. This game is basically Waterworld. And when I tell you that, you can't not like this game. This game is like the Waterworld movie for the game. It's like the same kind of epicness. How can you not love it? The Manti cluster looks like also a mer. It looks like a kind of a crustacean. A generation of spawn was stolen by the worldly raiders. The Manti's rapid response, the leap onto the galactic stage, in search of their lost generation has raised eyebrows. The Manti remain unapologetic. The Crime Syndicate. The Crime are somewhat unique in the galaxy, a civilization composed of a variety of species, united by a shared religion. The variety of citizens is a great asset of the Crime, who can make use of the strengths of each. So these guys are religious, but maybe a little more like a subjugating religion. Like they'll subjugate you. They're theocratically aggressive. I don't know. It's not a free will choice. It's a do or die thing with them, I think. Servants of the precursors and one of the first races to reach the stars, the Iconians are now locked in a bitter struggle with their own creations, the Yor. So the Iconians created the Yor, and it looks like they're a tech-savvy race, so they're really good at technology, but they're a little xenophobic, and they're worried that the Yor will come back to fight them, and wherever this type of alien keeps its orifices. This game has dragons. I mean, come on, guys. Like, how can you not like this game if it has dragons in it? I mean, that's just I don't know what's wrong with you if you don't like a game with dragon aliens. Okay. Mysterious creatures who love to move in the shadows. The Drath are masters of subterfuge and manipulation, rumored to be behind every major conflict in the galaxy. It's possible to spread some of these rumors themselves. They're war profiteers, so these are the guys that sell weapons to everybody. Gross. Okay. The corporate sector. The corporate sector is ruled by a number of multi-planet corporations. The traders among the galaxy's best and entire civilization satisfaction and sense of self-worth is unsurprisingly correlated with the amount of credits in their coffers. Okay, they're traders, they're wealthy, they are individualist. I don't know, it seems kind of like a pretty positive thing. I think I don't know. These are free market guys. Cool. Entrepreneurs. Onyx Hive. The Onyx Hive are technologically sophisticated worm-like creatures that originated around the volcanic vents of their homeworld, with a society filled with backstabbing and intrigue. The Onyx make natural spies. They're basically like the Morag Tong of the Galactic Civilizations 4. And we have the plant people. Bartok Grove. Baratak Grove. The sentient tree-like creatures, the Baratak, are strange to see in the harsh environment space, with the innate ability to revitalize dead worlds. That's kind of cool. Their potential is considerable and likely to follow different paths than their galactic peers. So basically, if there's a dead world, they can grow plants and kind of terraform it on their own. Kind of neat. The Terran Resistance. The Terran Resistance formed after the Precursor Shield fell around Earth during the height of the Drangan Empire. Years alone taught the Resistance to be resourceful and embittered by hard lessons. It may take some time to heal a rift between them and the Alliance. The two reconcile at all. The Luxor Dominion. The Luxor discovered faster than light travel independently of their own sector. Their sense of perfected superiority and reluctance to instead trust strains most of their relationships. They boast telepathic abilities, the true power of which they purposely obfuscate. 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 It's an English word, I should know it. You know. Yeah, so these are psychic creatures, psychic diamond creatures. And they have telepathy. They can plant thoughts in other races' heads. I mean, this game is pretty cool. If you're talking about like a grand strategy game, I mean, what are you gonna play? Are you gonna play Civilization? Or are you gonna play Galactic Civilization? It's got an extra word tacked on it. You know it's gotta be cool. The cosmic contaminant. The sentience of the cosmic contaminant is easily questioned. It is unknown whether they have moved to space as a conscious effort to an impulse to spread. Their genomes are unstable and change frequently. There was some system of radiated worlds where most other races would suffer slow, painful deaths. So they're kind of like a virus that is spreading to other planets and just like mutants. I don't know. They can live on radiated worlds. Pretty cool. Inturary aggregate. Inturary hive mind to the board, basically, are meaningful without any meaningful capability of complex thought. They can comprehend and imitate anything they see. They're very slow to develop scientific breakthroughs independently. It looks like they're very much dependent on taking other races' technology for themselves and doing really well. The Korath clan. The Korath clan is a group of former Drengan warriors. The Korath were elite soldiers differentiating themselves from their brethren with sheer curiosity. Even the Drengan standards their desire to ability to wipe out other races is extreme. Wow. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but this guy looks a little bit friendlier. You know, this just goes to show you not to judge a book by its cover. I mean, who do you think looks more dangerous? This guy? Or this guy? This guy looks like he's about to retire. It's his last day before retirement. The Phalanoids advance. The careful and curious race that always acts deliberately. The Phalanoids' fondness for the light, metaphorical and literal, makes them an incredibly agreeable group. They've adapted to a world where day and night are measured in months, giving rise to a culture that follows eternal cycles. Interesting, so they're nocturnal. Developed working cycles, each lasting 15 months. Using the waking, manufacturing, growth are boosted, research and influence. So, you know, they're you have to think about how you're going to strategically. You want to save up resources for the manufacturing, probably, and get all the tech stuff researched. You know, during these different cycles. It sounds a little complicated, but maybe there's some benefits. They're hopeful. Please, any civilization can face others as a potential friend. Looks like they make friends easier. Look at the, is that a brain eyeball? Cool looking. What should we choose? I'll let you guys vote. Okay, did you guys pick anybody yet? No. If you guys like this game, we can, you know, let me know in the comments if you want me to redo it and let you guys vote for one of the alien races. You have the Festron, which they plant eggs in other races, have them raise them. I'm kind of liking this whole like Festron. Do you want to be good or evil or in between? Evil. For evil, I have to go get a twirly mustache to twirl. The Mimot, the rapidly growing population choice. be the pacifist warriors, however that works. Crap people. On to the advanced system rapid response to leap into the galactic stage of generation. They're very traditional crabs. Warriors. Ooh, that's kind of neat. It's the plus 25 hit point stack when they are within their border. Kind of defensive. In some ways. The rapid research guys. I vote we play it safe. We be the economic powerhouse people, because then we can try to buy all these other abilities. Okay. Isn't it funny? I tricked you guys into watching. I promised the great grand space opera of epic proportions with aliens and the like, and we're going to be filing paperwork. It's the corporate sectors, so that's going to be half the game. Is just filing paperwork and allocating tasks. They're traders. There's the freighter, so it boosts the persuasion and receives 3 trade licenses. There's our 2,000 more credits and universal translation technology. I think the downside is their military is not that great. Their population isn't that strong, I think. The corporate sector is the apex corporate entity of ultra-capitalistic society, the only organization capable of entering into contracts on behalf of the entire Iridian people. And the Iridian culture is based on a firm and fanatical belief in the power of free markets. Although no strangers to weaponry, our research is first considered through the lens of mutual cooperation. The destructive cost of warfare is often too great for Iridians to seriously consider. There remains to be seen how well the philosophy fare when introduced to other more closed-minded races. It would be cool to have like a race that was, you know, on a wealth powerhouse with an amazing military, and that'd be the best of both worlds. But I think to keep the game balanced, they have to exaggerate the contrasts and to make it more balanced for other characters. They're the terrestrial planet. We're very clever. We're explorers. We're pretty rich. Intimidating. I don't know why they put us as intimidating as. It's just a little bit. Although intimidating might be good. Let's keep it as the default. There's kind of an irony. Maybe it's because of all the wealth. I think one of the things we could do is we can hire like other races to fight for us. And we can also do like crazy expensive, like the ships aren't like maybe the best, but because of the amount of money, we can upgrade our ships faster or something. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Okay. Difficulty. Let's try normal, and that way the game will be. I don't know. Hopefully, I'll do all right. I can't remember what one I usually go on. But I hate. It'll be all right for this stream because this is just a kind of experimental stream where we're deciding what games we want to play, and if you like this game, we'll keep playing. But yeah, it always kind of sucks to play a difficult game, grand strategy game, and lose when you have invested, maybe 7 hours in it or more. Yeah, we'll get quite a bit done, but we're not. Increase the research rate, phase, so we can get things done quickly. All right. Who do we want? have the would be fight the egg-laying aliens, overpopulating aliens, the peaceful people, the psychic diamonds, the I don't know, the warriors, peaceful warriors. We have two kind of good, two kind of neutral, and one bad. Okay. Do this. These military star bases with slipstream generator modules to create a superhighway. Volleys are useful for suffering many for engaging battle. Yeah. This game really does make you feel the size of the universe that it's in. So cool. I would be the last person to volunteer for space travel, but this game kind of makes me want to like go to outer space. It just is pretty cool. Good propaganda for space travel.
The corporate sector is the apex corporate entity of an ultra-capitalistic society, the only organization capable of entering into contracts on behalf of the entire Iridium people. The Iridium culture is based on a firm, even fanatical belief in the power of free markets. Although no strangers to weaponry, all research is first considered through the lens of mutual cooperation. The destructive cost of warfare is often too great for Iridiums to seriously consider. It remains to be seen how well this philosophy will fare when introduced to war closely.
Okay, so weaknesses is that we don't populate as quickly, and our military is maybe not the strongest, but we make up for it with the being 700 or 7,000. Pretty epic. And somehow we're super intimidating, so people probably won't bother us. Or at least moderately intimidating. Okay. Got our trade ship here. Let's have it explore.
Welcome to the research screen.
Yep, that's our ship that we used to settle planets with. Trade ship. I like our style. We're pretty cool. Kind of a type of, I don't know, kind of a gold sheen, kind of very sleek and sophisticated. Okay, let's auto-colonize. With the first planet, we'll call it Coin 1. Super creative. The establishment of this colony. We have taken our first steps into the galaxy. Our colonists represent everything which makes our people great. And with that, they'll have every chance of thriving in this new alien world. Yep, all these are like probably like cities and like its own ecosystems. That's pretty cool. All right. I think we have this guy can survey. Hire merchant ship. Contract experienced merchants to man a ship to expand your trade routes. That sounds cool. Hire miner. Skilled miners to extract valuable resources efficiently and produce my productivity. Recapitalize and generate new capital through recapitalization with reserve currency status. Oh heck yeah! More money. Look, we just jumped to 8 per turn and got a 300 to boost. Okay. We can do them all. Let's just do them all. So cool. Did I send this guy to do something? Explore. But as soon as we find another planet we can trade with, we can trade. They have trading ships. Man. So many ships. Forgot we start out actually with a... We're pretty generous with enabling you to start. This is the scout, so he's going to be a little weaker, but a little faster. Not really any weapons, but... Shipyard. Greetings, Hardengal. Welcome to the shipyard screen. Here you can select ship designs of your shipyard to construct, shaping your civilization's naval capabilities. In the middle of the screen, you'll find the current fleet. Select ship design. These are our ships. Constructors we're going to need, because we're going to need to get resources. Because this game we have research, we have money, we have manufacturing power. Look at all this. I mean, you guys are... I'm guessing all you guys that started the stream are still watching with rapt attention because you're so intrigued. Okay. Let's see. What are we doing? Idle. Oh, you also have an asteroid miner thing? Man, weird. Got it all. Alright. This is our... what we control. Here's the galaxy, so... we got a ways to go. Pretty cool, though. Yeah, you can zoom out. So cool. It was so amazing. Asteroid cluster must be inside your SOC in order to COC in order to build a baseline. Alright, so we have to get this zone of control. SOC is zone of control. So once we get this to kind of expand out a little bit more to incorporate these mining fields, which will happen in the next few turns, we'll be able to start mining. In the meantime, we'll just put them on standby. Sentry.
Greetings. Welcome to the Planet Management View screen. This screen provides an overview of the planet's economy and development potential. The left side displays inputs, outputs, and resident representatives. The middle section shows usable areas or regions which can be dedicated to specific district types. Select a hex.
So this is basically our planet screen. We can put buildings down here, and some of these with icons give you a special boost, like the sprocket boosts the manufacturing, the light bulb to research, the leaf to food, the house to population. But so we're gonna have to think about what type of buildings to put on what type of tiles. But the key thing to remember is that we want to kind of trend towards economic growth buildings, because that's the focus of our civilization. If we were the Drengans, we might focus more on war buildings. If we were like the Mimots, we might focus on food production to feed our population. You know, it's kind of a delicate balance. And there's some races, like, we might want to also focus on population too, because our race doesn't populate as quick. So we have capital city that would take how many turns? So it would take 1 turn. And this is the number of turns it takes. Look at this to give us all this stuff. It's pretty handy dandy. Let's go ahead and build the capital city there.
We have discovered an ancient artifact near the planet, which is thought to have originated from a long-lost precursor civilization. After long and arduous study, we have activated the artifact. With startling speed and accuracy, it has assessed our situation and proposed to assist us. What to do next?
It's like a army of synthetic. Gain a your citizen, a robot. I know that they'll rebel, though, build other robots. You could rebuild it as a ship. Wouldn't hurt to have a fairly strong ship early on, or we could study it and gain +1 technology. That'd be good for our scientific progress. We need to have a boost to our manufacturing. But I say we have a whatchamacall, a little bit of a more of a tough ship that we have access to. Yes, this is the ship that we got from the artifact. It's a little bit tougher, but it's, let's build a couple of structures first, but we have it on our queue if we need it. And our new world. Research to be the fastest to do. Enter our research. This would add to only 1 to manufacturing would take a long time. Research. Really a patent. Good old, if you invent something, you get to keep a patent and profit off it, and then you might want to invent something else kind of thing. Reap the benefits of someone not stealing your idea. Okay.
Greetings.
Let's see, leader. We can pick citizen leaders and help our society, which is this game is pretty complex but entertaining. We have going to be a scientist, but have the aptitude. Should avoid military service thanks to their influential family connections. Typists with money despised by their underlings. I don't know if we'll pick any right this second, but this shows this high intelligence, social skills, resolve, diligence. It depends. We need them for, so we might need. We got money. We might be able to do it. And not be a bad idea to. It's pretty high. Let's do for minister. Well, kind of jumped the gun there, but the diligence, intelligence. Let's put this guy here. Exploration. Well, he's a pretty high diligence. Not the same diligence as this guy, but this guy we'd want to put anyway. Might as well. I think we can move them in now. So we have Minister of Exploration. We'll give boost to exploration and a boost to our research. Game where you can research for fun. Let's see. Survey ship cautiously approaches a mysterious object. All sensors set to maximal gain from the universe's many secrets. Perhaps a great danger or valuable treasure will soon be revealed to us. What is this anomaly? They gonna tell us?
Your lead captain has reported an unusual encounter with a lost cargo container floating aimlessly in space. Upon careful examination, it seems to be a device created by a long-lost civilization with the purpose of locating precursor technology on various planets. Despite the device being quite old and in a state of disrepair, it still holds potential value, even if it only has a single use left. Now you are faced with a decision. Would you like to keep this device safely stored in your vault, or would you prefer to sell it in exchange for credits?
Get immediately 200 credits, which would be our MO, but I vote we keep it because it's pretty powerful technology, and we can always get more gold later because we're good at getting gold. Gold! Silver and gold. Space expansion plans unlocks the civilization screen, allows us to assign policies. Great, we can create policies. Let's start building asteroid miners that boost our world's manufacturing. Ensuring our currency is the galactic reserve currency. Launch frigate class ships and star bases. We need the really late stage capitalists. We're going to make sure that the galaxy submits to our currency as their their go-to. Rather than us going to some other place that has the reserve currency. And let's see. We'll eventually unlock all of these. We'll be able to force the colonization. If we are to colonize the galaxy, we'll need to inspire our citizens. This can be done through propaganda, incentives, or force doubles population growth. Oh, that could hurt or help us because we actually need to grow our population. But if it's through, more violent coercion, the approval rate would go down. Our homeworld is the core of our civilization and the pinnacle of who we are as people. You get a plus. There's no downside to this. A wealthy citizen civilization will better if we eliminate main social programs and regulation. So our income will go up, but we'll also get a lot of crime and pollution. But that's quite a boost to our income. That'd make us an economic powerhouse. Yeah, there's got to be some kind of balance. We don't want to over-regulate because that's really bad. But we don't want to under-regulate either. So there's a kind of a delicate dance. We are in a period of rapid interstellar expansion. The expense requires to take unusual measures to increase our wealth. So when a public plans to extreme mining techniques, right? So this would we'd be able to basically get to basically this is the fracking of the galaxy, but it would help with our gross income over time, but pollution over time. At least however this game does it. The galaxy is an amazing opportunity. Yeah, for entrepreneurs. We've accounts some for sub costs, so it looks like it add to our population growth. And then plus our maintenance. So that could be a positive way to grow our population. We already got quite a bit of money, so let's do the great expansion and then get our population growth up, and then we can sort of work on adding to our economic power later. The year 22,300. It's not that far in the future. Ventured into the world of groundbreaking discoveries as we revealed top 5 black solution being the charge bending technology. We're third out of the 5. So not bad. Trying to keep up with our research. we are just getting things explored out here. This planet is pretty cool looking. Look at all this gas. That's just all gas. Other planets we can potentially settle. Look at our constructor ship soon.
We've encountered a temporal rift here, which is presenting itself in an unusual way. The data from our scans is quite surprising. It appears the stars beyond are not as they appear now, but rather as they were in the distant past. What's even more astounding is that some seem to be from the distant future.
Get this info to our scientists, our military leaders, or our intelligence people. I think we're going to give it to our scientists. I'll boost us up from being third in research, first in research. 20 years old will determine who rules the galaxy. The civilization controls the currency will be the best position to control the flow of the money. Ready to solidify for downs the profound understanding is indispensable. So yeah, now we have the reserve currency. Let's build house more people on our worlds. We haven't quite gotten to that population boom yet. Let's forget class ships and the ability for ships to start based out of volley. Armed space trap. Well, let's go ahead and get 2 free warships here out of this, so we can defend ourselves here. We're kind of pretty. Forget why I didn't set that guy to explore. Are you enraptured? That the suspense is killing you. What will happen to our people? Okay. We have trade network. Established a central hub for traders to buy and sell products and services. We have galactic currency reserve. This would add +5 to our gross income. For our influence, our gross income +10, +5%, +10 gold at every cycle, and then like +5% every cycle, so 5% growth. Free to wealth. That'd be the one to do, but it looks really costly. This will take 7 turns, and it'll increase our manufacturing. So it means we'll be able to build things faster, so we'll be able to build this faster. And we'll probably do the trade network before the galactic currency reserve.
Intelligence reports reveal the presence of a sophisticated criminal syndicate on your planet. They go by the name of the Zilrathi Syndicate, and they have proposed a deal where they would share their profits with us in exchange for our silence and inaction. On the other hand, we have the option to restore order by taking decisive action to shut down their operations.
Yeah. We don't want crime. Put in the kibosh on that. We don't want to be a government controlled by a cartel or mafia or whatnot. Spaceships are fragile things, and it's no great feat destroying them. The real art is destroying the enemy before they do it to you first. New equipment will be required if we hope to come out on the right side of that calculation more often. Alright, so we have our 2 new battleships. I was hoping there's interstellar currency. I want to kind of... These are the quick ones that take the fastest to research. Need to develop districts. Lab. Asteroid miners. Housing more people. Basic weapons. Artificial gravity. Defensive studies. Base doctrine. Let's do the asteroid miners, because it's not a direct coin, but it's like a type of thing that will generate resources. We'll be able to actually, you'll see later, we can actually trade like hard resources for cash. And it's good to have, actually, the better thing to have than cash is resources. So we'll be working on that. Okay, we kind of have the, let's try to stay on the individual path. Independence and colonies, but as you look here, you can see the different potential possibilities that you can choose in via, and it depends also, like if you have a race that is more fond of one of these ideas, you might want to pick it instead. But we're, you know, our culture is very individualistic. So the individualism, totalitarianism, egalitarianism, traditionalism, progressivism, pacifism, nihilism, and collectivism. So some different ideas. Independence in colonies nurture self-reliance, empowering them to tend their own needs and flourish autonomously. 15% decrease the colony attrition from colonies funds the ship to independence. Sweet. Self-determinism. Our society gives individuals the opportunity to decide their own future, for better or worse. We get three free leaders. Free to all stats citizens with an individualist trait, which is all of our citizens, so pretty cool. And then we have private property rights. Ownership is respected and protected. Your society values the individual rights to accumulate and control property. We get entrepreneur specialization, an orbital upgrade, and to every planet, so pretty cool. I think the self-determinism in the 3 free leaders will all be actually pretty useful. Oh, I guess we can't. We're not at that point yet. I got hasty. It's a game. You can't be too hasty. Ooh, we get +2 technology if we use this. Alright, cool. I think this is pretty good at exploring. Surveying. It's a surveying ship. Man, we almost have a constructor. Look, we're just speeding by. This game is just like a lightning, just passing us by. Short range. Ooh, and we got our our fledgling military now. So cool. Now we can defend ourselves. Put them on standby. Feels a little less naked in the cold with some military. So I should just come along, just ruin our economy by just taking it over. There's the good old home world. Kind of reminds me of Pangea a little bit. Separate Arctic. Pangea breaking away. Ooh. Or fire miner. We don't have any other executive orders. Constructor. Okay, now things start to get pretty interesting. Now we can start collecting resources. We have antimatter.
Our exploration has led us to an artifact from the precursor era. This device was once capable of manipulating the fabric of space-time to instantly transport their ships to selected coordinates. Unfortunately, the passage of time has not been kind. The artifact's pinpoint accuracy has degenerated into unpredictable uncertainty. Our researchers caution that activating it will now result in a random spatial displacement. However, this unpredictable feature could give us a tactical advantage, offering us a way to move unwelcome fleets into the vast, uncharted expanse of space.
Wormhole generator, that would be pretty crazy. Get some instant credits or... Yeah, we'll keep the technology. We got enough credits. Yeah, being able to not worry about credits means that we can pass up money for other things or other the different alien races will be forced to take the credits because they don't have the credits to make the other choices. That's one advantage to having a very good economic system. Right now, I think we can mine these. Yeah, now we started mining. Super cool. So now we're getting resources from these mining clusters. We have another one here. I don't know if we can. We've already mined this entire cluster. Maybe we can go down here. Yeah, eventually we'll get to this planet someday. Man, talk about like dead. We're just snuggling up to like the sun of this galaxy. I don't know about you, but I've seen pictures of solar flares like consuming Earth, and I don't know if I would be snuggling up too close to any of the center of any galaxy. Okay, so we're getting the antimatter. What's up, man? What's wrong with you, bro? Like to fly into the sun? Little Icarus complex going on? Incoming message from the Altarian Republic. As always, a pleasure to meet a potential new friend. We look forward to normalizing relations between our people. These people are kind of the peaceful people, so good to make friends. Open for business. Hire a merchant ship, why not? Vault. So this wormhole generator, we have this technology. That's one of the quirks of the game. Yeah, that's technology. That's a wormhole generator where we can. That's like Farscape. But, we can just open a random wormhole in a rift in the galaxy and just transport anywhere. We don't, you don't know where. I don't know. It's pretty nerdy, but pretty cool. Actually, let's go back to diplomacy. Yeah, let's see if we can trade here. The culture, though they seem friends, their influence on their people can be real as a military threat. Our citizens envy their culture, though they seem like friends, their influence on our people. Okay. We're humanoid, they're egalitarians. Believes in the fundamental equality of all sentient beings, advocating for equal rights and opportunities regardless of species, original planet, or other characteristics. They're ancient. They receive gets research from precursor artifacts, anomalies. They're very empathetic. They have a good diplomacy, persuasion. They're not. They naturally reduce crime, and the planets they're at. They're spiritual. Place increase the personal and ideological choices. They're peaceful, moderate response. They're pretty good at research. Really good at manufacturing. Decent population. They're kind of where we're at with the only two core worlds and two colonies, really. Huh. We haven't assigned a diplomat. Let's go ahead and open for trade. See what we can get here. If they have anything cool, and make a good trade. That'll be hard to do. We are the trade masters of the galaxy. Planetary analysis allows us to house more people on our worlds. We can do this with money. That would be the ultimate thing, is to buy technology with money. And that way, because a lot of times in this game, you're forced to trade technology for technology. But if you give them technology for money, then you have their knowledge, they don't have your knowledge. As long as you are the dominant income source and have tons and tons of money, then you can keep doing it and just be a technological or a military powerhouse, while everyone else might be getting rich off you, but they start making as much money as you, and you have the advanced technology. But, you know, you want to help them out too. These people are peaceful and they're very fair, and they seem to be, you know, looking for religious significance. So they have some kind of eternal ideology, which is valuable. Let's see if we can. But I'm guessing it's going to be ridiculously expensive. Oh. Insane. Well, okay then, that's cool. Well, at least they want to get along. That's cool. So we basically, you know, for technology, we got a pretty good deal there, even. Had to break the bank. For a new planet. This will actually build the galactic currency reserve or other planet quicker than our home planet, looks like. Unless... Oh, we got something that gave us free mining operation, which increases manufacturing, so now we can build this other stuff quicker. That's cool. We can even increase the manufacturing by even a little bit more. That will make these even cheaper to build.